we'll get right into the biggest, I guess, topic, Mazepin.
Yes.
Mazepin out. Mazepin is officially, I'm just going to read got the statement right here from Haas. It reads, Haas F1 team has elected to terminate with immediate effect the title partnership of Uralkali and the driver contract of Nikita Mazepin. As with the rest of the Formula One community, the team is shocked and saddened by the invasion of Ukraine and wishes for a swift and peaceful end to the conflict. So with that, the short and not so glamorous tenure of Nikita Mazepin as an F1 driver has ended. Before we get into the replacement, any thoughts as we say goodbye to one of the worst drivers in recent F1 history, Nikita Mazepin?
Yeah, it's hard to not like totally feel bad for him, but at the same time, he's not a good driver at all. There was like the whole thing on Reddit where people were saying that he had more spins than race starts, which is just insane. Which there, to his credit, their car last year was like complete garbage. Even Mick, he spun out a lot of times as well, not as many times, of course, but it's definitely unfortunate. But if he had deserved the seat, it definitely would have been a lot more like sad, I guess. But I don't necessarily feel, it's hard to say that I don't feel bad because I can't imagine having that like taken away from you, whether he got there fairly or not. But it's crazy. Do you want me to read his statement that he actually put out?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So on March 5th, so we're recording this on March 7th, so 2 days ago, he tweeted, "Dear fans and followers, I'm very disappointed to hear that my F1 contract has been terminated. While I understand the difficulties, the ruling from the FIA, plus my ongoing willingness to accept the condition proposed in order to continue, were completely ignored, and no process was followed in this unilateral step. To those who have tried to understand, my eternal thanks. I have treasured my time in F1 and genuinely hope that we can all be together again in better times. I will have more to say in the coming days, Nikita." And he also said that he's going to be hosting some sort of press conference, I think in Moscow.
Okay.
But I think I think he's just planning on like discussing, like basically getting his feelings out and maybe talking about like what his plans are for the future.
Right.
But I mean, I totally understand. It would be a PR nightmare for Haas to keep him, because just from like the reports and everything that are coming out, it just didn't seem that he understood the severity of like what's going on. And even if he was just sort of like not necessarily like condemning it, but even just being like, like, why does that, or being even just saying like, why do we have to bring politics into racing when, it's just so much more than politics. But yeah, it's it's interesting. Poor Haas. They've just been going through it this week.
They've had a very tough couple weeks, really.